Super7 sneaks out a reveal for more ThunderCat figures. He-Man gets a second series on Netflix. Hot Toys announces another Mandalorian TV series figure. Mezco releases The Beast. And McFarlane Toys announces more Mortal Kombat, My Hero Academia, and Cyberpunk 2077. All that and more in today's news video. So let's jump into it. You action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNINews video. Now we've got a lot to cover today, and we're less than a week away from Christmas and less than 2 weeks away from the end of the year. So let's jump into it. And first thing I wanted to start off with today is sharing some official images and information released by Mezco Toys this week for their next 112 Collective figure. It's based on the DC Comics KGB character, so another bad guy to go up against all your Batman figures. Now this figure is slated for release in July. It is currently up for pre-order at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store, and the figure is going to be chalked with quite a few accessories. So you're going to get a tall sledgehammer, a short sledgehammer, a sickle, a machete, and then you're also going to get a sheath, a crossbody sheath for those, a handgun with 2 removable magazines, a prosthetic gun that fits on his arm that also has removable magazines, a spear point blade, which again will attach to his arm, and 3 interchangeable head sculpts with this one. You also, of course, get multiple pairs of hands and a figure stand like we always see with the Mezco figures. And again, that figure is slated for release in July and is up for pre-order now. Hot Toys this week released official images and information for another figure, a 12-inch figure that they're doing based on the Mandalorian TV series. And, you know, that series is getting hot. There's only 1 episode left in the season, which will be out next Friday. But with this reveal, it's a Stormtrooper figure. Now, in all honesty, I mean, basically, we've seen Stormtrooper figures from Hot Toys before, and really the big difference with these guys is they're dirty, their armor's all scuffed up and everything. So, you know, if you already have Stormtrooper figures from Hot Toys, I'm not sure there's really enough here to warrant buying another expensive figure like that. But if you like your Stormtroopers dirty, then this one's definitely for you. He's going to come with a regular Stormtrooper blaster, and then he's got that kind of short blaster that we see in the Mandalorian TV series. A lot of the Stormtroopers from the series, you know, these are kind of remnants of the Empire after the Empire has fallen. And so these guys have these shorter blasters, but then also have the regular Imperial blasters as well. You're going to get multiple pairs of hands and a figure stand. Now that figure, this figure is not yet up for pre-order, but should be going up for pre-order soon and will be out sometime next year. Super7 this week, they've teased their second wave of ThunderCat figures, their ultimate 7-inch scale ThunderCat figures. So this showed up in one of their story videos on their Instagram page. It's not really a good look. You can see there are these ThunderCat figures sitting on a table there. There's some from the first wave like Lion-O, but then what appears to be the second wave of figures are also on display there. Now, I should note that these are not actually confirmed as being the second wave. I guess it's possible these could just be other figures, maybe in wave 3 or something that they're showing off, but most likely these are going to be the second wave figures that they're doing, and hopefully we will be getting official images, maybe even later today, who knows. But as I'm filming this is the only images we have for these figures at this time. So again, they're not really that good a quality. But what you can see here is we're getting a new Groon figure, which is one of the figures Mattel had worked up but then never released. We're getting Tigra, so that's probably the coolest figure in this wave, another one of the original ThunderCats that Mattel didn't get around to releasing. So that much closer to being able to round out the original team of ThunderCats. We're getting Mumra, a non-mummified version of Mumra this time, and looks like he's gonna come with his pet, the Maw-Mutt. And then the final one is the Pumera, which Mattel previously did, but it does look like, based on this image, you can see her standing next to the Tigra figure, and she is shorter than Tigra, so it looks like they have adjusted the height of that figure from Mattel's release. The Mattel figure was really tall, way too tall, and so even if you have the Mattel one, you may end up wanting to get this one just for the correct size. Now, no additional information is available on these figures at this time. Again, I don't know exactly when they're going to go up for pre-order, pre-order or anything like that. But as soon as that information does become available, we'll have it up on Toy News International. And of course, I will probably talk about it in a later video as well. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that it does look like the second wave of ThunderCat figures from Super 7 will be announced officially very soon. And for me, I'm definitely glad to see that Tigra is in the lineup. Would have been great if we also got Chitara, but I'm sure they're going to string that out as much as they can, the original team members. And so maybe wave 3 will see Chitara. This week, we got official images and information for the second wave of 7-inch Mortal Kombat 11 figures from McFarlane Toys. So I know a lot of people have been wondering if McFarlane was actually going to do more figures beyond the Sub-Zero and the Scorpion figures, and in fact they are. So the second wave of figures, and these are again based on the most recent video game, but we're going to be getting Johnny Cage and Raiden. So I'm sure I can see it now. A lot of you are going to be going, man, I wish they were doing the original character, the original outfits from the original game. But as it is, again, the McFarlane license is for the current game, and that's what these are based on. And I've only, I've not really played the new game yet. I keep meaning to, I keep wanting to, I keep hearing good things about it. I just haven't been able to as of yet. But these are going to be out next year, early next year. And the Raiden figure is said to come with a staff, 2 lightning bolts, and an extra pair of hands. Both figures also come with the circle display bases like we always see with the McFarlane figures. And then the Johnny Cage figure is going to come with sunglasses, Best Actor Award trophy, a miniature Johnny Cage figure of himself. And then, like I said, he'll also come with the figure stand. So, out of these two, I kind of like the Johnny Cage figure. I like the little mini action figure of himself. I think that's kind of a cool accessory. And, like I said, if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat and the recent game, I think these are going to be ones that you want to check out. And these are up for pre-order, again, at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. So you can go over there now and secure them if you want. It's also been announced that McFarlane Toys is going to be doing some action figures based on the upcoming video game called Cyberpunk 2077. So they're doing 2 figures, 2 7-inch scale figures. Now this game is being made by the same folks that brought us the Witcher series of games. And the big thing about this game is it's actually going to have Keanu Reeves in it. He's featured in the game. He's playing a role of one of the characters named Johnny Silverhand. The other main character is simply just named V. So those are the 2 figures that McFarlane Toys is going to be doing in 7-inch scale. And then they're also going to be doing a 12-inch version of the Johnny Silverhand Keanu Reeves character. We don't have images for these figures yet, and these figures should be out next month, or not next month, but next year in March. And the game itself launches in April, so the figures should be out a little bit before the actual video game itself. But again, if you're a Keanu Reeves fan or what have you, then you might want to check these out. Hopefully official images will be revealed pretty soon. But again, at this time, we just have the listings for the figures, and they should also be going up for pre-order pretty soon. They have not yet as I'm filming this, but they should be going up for pre-order pretty soon. Okay, and then these last couple stories I have for you guys, I'm just going to be upfront with you, are going to contain names of characters that I'm not super familiar with and aren't easily pronounceable, so I'm sure I'm going to mess up the names, and you guys love to correct me on that, so feel free to do so. But one other thing that was announced for McFarlane Toys is the lineup for their second wave of My Hero Academia 7-inch scale figures. So again, no images with these. The images here that you see are just for reference. I don't know 100% that these will be the outfits that the characters will be featured in for the figures. But the 4 figures that will be in this wave, and again, I'm going to totally mispronounce these names. Ijiro, I think is how it's pronounced. Tinya, maybe, and Ochako, probably totally butchered that one, and Shato is the 4th one. So again, I've put the names down below so you can actually read them. If you're a fan of My Hero Academia, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, but I'm not really familiar with these characters at all. It's not a property that I closely follow, and these are definitely not easily pronounceable names. From Tamashii Nations, we got a few new Dragon Ball reveals for the SH Figure Arts line. Not a whole lot of details on these yet, just a couple of images as well, but I wanted to go in and share those with you. And again, as always, butcher these names for Dragon Ball. But we're getting a Son Goku Kaioken figure, and that one is slated for a June 2020 release date. And again, don't have a whole lot of details as far as accessories and stuff on that one, but just wanted to let you know that one is coming in June. And then the second one is Captain Jinyu from the Jinyu saga, and again, probably mispronounced that name, but that figure is going to be about 6.7 inches tall and is going to come with a Dragon Ball, and the release date on that one is said to be July. So we'll get more details on both of those figures pretty soon. Oh, and then one final bit of news I have for you guys, and this is actually not on the toy front per se, but this week it was announced that there's going to be a second Masters of the Universe animated series coming to Netflix next year. So this was a little confusing at first. Some promo art got released, and I made an assumption that it was for the new recently announced Kevin Smith series that was announced at PowerCon back in August. But in fact, this promo art they released of He-Man and Skeletor is actually for a second series that they're doing for next year. So we don't have, beyond this promo art, we don't have a whole lot of details, but it looks not too bad. And that there was an official press release announced by Netflix for this, and some of the talent that's going to be behind the making of the story is some names that I think people who've worked on other very popular shows like Justice League, Batman Beyond, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so things like that. Christopher Keenan, Adam Bonet, Jeff Masuda, who worked on the Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Susan Corbin, who worked on Voltron, Brian Miller, who's worked on shows like Arrow and Smallville and Sleepy Hollow. So it definitely seems like there's a strong support crew on this series. I'm guessing, and this is just completely a guess, I mean, if you read the tagline for the show, it says, "On the planet of Eternia, a young lost prince discovers the powers of Grayskull and transforms into He-Man, Masters of the Universe. The classic battle between He-Man and the evil Skeletor rages to new heights as both hero and villain forge new and mighty teams. A new generation of heroes fighting for the fate of us all. In the end, who will become the master of the universe?" So, like I said, it kind of, to me, sounds like it is going to be for kids, more for kids, kind of like the She-Ra series that they currently do on Netflix. Now, again, based on the promo art, at least He-Man himself looks like he's still an adult. In the She-Ra series, everyone has been kind of regulated to teenage status. In the original cartoon, they were all adults, and in this new series, they're all pretty much teenagers. But at least with He-Man, I'm guessing Prince Adam is probably going to be a teenager in this show, but at least when he transforms into He-Man, looks like he's still adult. Skeletor looks like he's an adult. Animation doesn't look too bad. I'm hoping, even though it's probably geared more towards the kids, I'm thinking this one's going to be geared more towards the kids. And then the Kevin Smith series is going to be based more on, the adults who grew up on the classic series and stuff. So no specific release date or, premiere date for the series yet. But again, that should be coming out sometime next year. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about. Let me know in the comments section below. I may have one more video out before Christmas next week. I won't swear to it, but it's certainly possible, maybe on Monday. If not, then I do want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Hope it's safe and fun for everybody. And if I don't get a video out before Christmas, I'll definitely get one out before the end of the year. So again, share your thoughts on everything I talked about below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News Message Sports communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.